Airlines are quietly rewriting the rulebook, and most travelers over 65 have no idea how much power they've just been given. Because starting in 2026, a wave of new airport regulations, accessibility standards, and airline service updates are changing the way senior passengers travel. For better and for worse, the catch? Airlines aren't exactly rushing to tell you what's changed. See, behind every policy update is a profit motive. The less you know, the easier it is for them to sell comfort that should have been free, or deny help that's already part of your ticket. But if you know where to look and what to say, these same new rules can unlock smoother check-ins, priority boarding, upgraded seating, and a level of comfort most travelers don't realize they can ask for. So today I'm walking you through the unspoken airport playbook airlines profit from, but one that's also packed with hidden perks and protections for anyone traveling after 65. By the end of this video, you'll know 12 new rules every senior traveler should use in 2025 to fly smarter, safer, and with far less stress. Let's begin. Rule number 1, the new TSA medical exemption rule. Let's start at the very first hurdle, the security line. In 2025, the TSA quietly updated its medical exemption policy to include a broader range of health and mobility devices. That means if you travel with a CPAP machine, insulin, heart medication, or liquid nutrition, you no longer have to remove them from your bag at all. Hidden benefit. You can now go through screening faster and with less physical strain. No more juggling trays or explaining your medical items in public. Insider scoop, most officers still default to the old routine, making you unpack or test liquids unnecessarily. But under the 2025 update, passengers over 65 are automatically covered under the expanded medical necessities exemption. What to do before reaching the conveyor? Say clearly, I'm using the updated TSA medical exemption for mobility and health items. That single line signals to the agent that your items qualify for the simplified process. Insider hack, carry a small printed card or even a photo on your phone showing the TSA's Traveling with Disabilities and Medical Conditions update. It shuts down confusion instantly. Takeaway phrase, my medical devices are exempt under the 2025 TSA medical policy. And if that surprised you, wait until you hear what's next. Rule number 2, the boarding priority most seniors don't claim. If you're over 65 and have any condition that limits mobility, even mild arthritis or a replaced knee, you now qualify for assisted or priority boarding, whether or not you requested wheelchair service. Hidden benefit. You can board early, get overhead space easily, and sit without being rushed by the crowd behind you. Insider scoop. Most airlines bury this under special service requests. Unless you use that phrase, gate agents often ignore it. What to do when you approach the counter, say, I'd like to add a special service request for assisted boarding. They'll add a discreet tag to your boarding pass. And just like that, you're in group 1 or 2 without needing elite status. Insider hack. If you use a cane, small walker, or even a rollator, mention it briefly when checking in. The system automatically flags you for priority boarding plus gate-side assistance. Key phrase, can you add the assisted boarding note to my reservation? It costs nothing, but it changes your entire boarding experience. Rule number 3, free companion assistance upgrades. Here's a rule that almost no one talks about. If you're traveling with a partner or adult child as your companion, and you've requested mobility or medical assistance, they're entitled to accompany you all the way through security and boarding, even if their boarding group is different. Hidden benefit. You stay together through every step, check-in, TSA, and gate boarding, without separation or stress. Insider scoop. This is technically part of the Air Carrier Access Act, which was quietly strengthened in 2025 to require companion continuity during the boarding process. What to do at check-in? Say, we're traveling together and I'm under mobility assistance. Please link our boarding for companion continuity. Insider hack. If your companion isn't on the same booking, ask the gate agent to merge boarding zones. Airlines now must accommodate that request if it's related to mobility or age-related assistance. Key phrase: can you link my companion under the mobility assistance rule? The system will treat you both as one traveling party, smoother, calmer, and completely within your rights. Rule number 4, the wheelchair and cart coordination secret. Now let's talk about one of the biggest pain points for older travelers: wheelchair and cart coordination. You've probably experienced this, requesting a chair at check-in, only to wait forever at security or the gate. Hidden benefit: under the 2025 updates, airports are now required to provide continuous mobility support, meaning if you request assistance once, you should be escorted all the way from check-in to your seat on the plane without being left waiting at each checkpoint. Insider scoop: airports outsource wheelchair services to third-party companies. These contractors save money by handing passengers off between checkpoints, which leads to gaps. What to do? Ask the airline representative directly. Can you coordinate continuous mobility service from check-in through boarding? Insider hack: most travelers don't know this, but if you pre-book at least 48 hours before your flight, you can request a through-chair escort. It's like having a personal guide the whole way. Key phrase: please mark my record for continuous assistance, no handoffs. That one sentence triggers a different service level, and you'll feel the difference the moment you arrive at the airport. Rule number 5, your legal right to seat changes for accessibility. This next one might just save you hundreds of dollars. Airlines often charge extra for bulkhead or aisle seats, but in 2025, new DOT accessibility standards changed how that works. Hidden benefit: if you have limited mobility, circulation issues, or use assistive devices, you can request a seat that accommodates those needs at no extra cost. Insider scoop: most gate agents won't offer this unless you mention the accessibility seat waiver. What to do: when you check in or speak with the gate agent, say, I need an accessibility seat for mobility and comfort under the DOT policy. Insider hack: you don't need to provide medical proof, just a calm statement of need. If someone resists, ask for the Complaint Resolution Official, CRO. Every airline is required to have one on duty. Key phrase: I'm requesting an accessibility seat under the DOT regulation. Can you check availability? It's firm, polite, and backed by law. Rule number 6, prescription storage and cooling rights. Here's something new for 2025 that matters to anyone traveling with medications. The FAA now requires airlines to provide safe storage for temperature-sensitive medication if asked before boarding. Hidden benefit: if you carry insulin, eye drops, or temperature-sensitive meds, you can now request that the flight crew store them in a cabin cooler. No need to risk them in overhead heat. Insider scoop: most flight attendants know the rule, but they won't volunteer it because it adds one more responsibility mid-flight. What to do: as soon as you board, say, I have temperature-sensitive medication. Can you store it in the crew cooler? Insider hack: bring a small labeled bag for your medicine. Crews trust clear labeling more and handle it faster. Key phrase: this is temperature-sensitive medication. FAA allows cabin storage. Simple, polite, and powerful. Rule number 7, the lounge access loophole. This one shocks people every time. You don't need elite status to access certain lounges anymore, especially if you're 65 or older and traveling with mobility or medical needs. Hidden benefit: you can rest, hydrate, and relax before boarding without the chaos of the main terminal. Insider scoop: many airports now operate accessibility lounges, quiet, low-sensory spaces originally designed for neurodivergent or medical travelers. Seniors now qualify automatically. What to do: ask any airport information desk. Where's the accessibility lounge or quiet waiting area? Insider hack: some airports, like Atlanta, Dallas, and Heathrow, let accessibility passengers use airline lounges if they're waiting for assistance. Key phrase: I'm under assisted boarding. Am I eligible for the quiet or accessibility lounge? You'll often be guided right in. No membership required. Rule number 8, the medical cooler bag exemption. This connects directly to the medication rule. but it's worth its own spotlight. Starting 2025, the TSA allows travelers with medical needs to carry one additional personal item if it's for health purposes. This includes small cooler bags for insulin, meds, or nutritional items. Hidden benefit: you can bring your regular carry-on plus your medical bag. It doesn't count against your allowance. Insider scoop: many travelers still get challenged by uninformed agents. What to do? Say this confidently: this is my medical exemption bag under TSA's 2025 allowance. Insider hack: print the TSA medical exemption page or have it on your phone. A quick flash of that link ends the debate in seconds. Key phrase: this medical bag is exempt. It's for health items under TSA policy. Rule number 9, the magic words for better gate service. This one feels small, but it's powerful. When you approach a gate agent and say, "I have a special service request noted on my booking," you're instantly treated differently. Hidden benefit: your name appears on their system with a flag that says SSR, meaning you qualify for extra help, early boarding, and check-in support. Insider scoop: most travelers never use the phrase special service request. They just say, "I need help." But that's not the system language. Insider hack: you can call your airline before your trip and ask them to add SSR 65 mobility support. It'll follow you through every leg of the journey. Key phrase: can you confirm my SSR note for mobility and boarding assistance? It's a quiet trick insiders use to make travel almost effortless. Rule number 10, carry-on protection for medical and comfort items. The new 2025 FAA rule prohibits gate-checking medical devices or comfort aids unless the passenger consents. Hidden benefit: your cane, CPAP, or medical cushion can always stay with you on board. What to do? If an agent tries to take it, say, "That's a medical device. FAA policy requires cabin storage." Insider hack: mark your device bag with a red medical tag. Agents are trained to leave those alone. Key phrase: I need to keep this with me for health reasons. It's protected by FAA medical carry-on policy. Rule number 11, hidden age-based fee waivers. This one feels like finding money you didn't know you had. Several major US and European airlines now offer automatic service fee waivers for passengers over 65, but only if you ask. Hidden benefit: you can get phone booking fees, seat change fees, and same-day flight change penalties removed. What to do? Simply ask, "Can you apply the senior service fee waiver for my booking?" Insider scoop: this isn't about discounts, it's about fees. Airlines introduced quiet exemptions for seniors to comply with accessibility guidelines. Insider hack: if you booked through a travel site, call the airline directly. Once they verify your age, they can retroactively credit the fee. Key phrase: I understand there's a senior fee waiver. Could you check if it applies to my fare? You'll be surprised how often the answer is yes. Rule number 12, the courtesy override tactic. And finally, the hidden art of human connection. There's one power even policies can't beat: a courtesy override. Every flight attendant and gate supervisor has limited authority to override rules in the name of passenger well-being. It's built into every airline's manual. Hidden benefit: it can get you reseated, upgraded, or accommodated in ways the computer system doesn't allow. Real-world example: let's say you're assigned a seat far from the restroom. Calmly tell the attendant, "I'd be more comfortable closer to the restroom. Is there any flexibility?" 9 times out of 10, they'll quietly move you when boarding finishes. Insider hack: polite, confident tone works better than confrontation. The phrase to remember is, "If there's any courtesy flexibility, I'd appreciate it." It signals respect and opens the door to special treatment that's technically off the record. If insights like these are new to you, and you love discovering the hidden side of travel, make sure you're subscribed to BoardiFly. This channel is built for travelers who want to fly smarter, not just cheaper. Because when you know the rules behind the rules, airports start working for you, not against you. Conclusion: the truth is, airlines and airports thrive on confusion. They profit when travelers don't know what they can ask for, especially seniors, who are often too polite to insist. But here's the mindset to carry with you from now on. Information is leverage. The more you know, the smoother your travel becomes, and the less they can quietly take from you. So the next time you fly, remember, you can board early. You can request seating for comfort. You can bring medical items freely. You can ask for assistance without apology. And you can expect courtesy because it's built into the system. These are your rights. And knowing them doesn't make you demanding, it makes you informed. So what's the best free perk or upgrade you've ever gotten on a flight? Share it below. I'd love to feature your story in a future episode. And until next time, fly smarter.